Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for September 12, 2022, the Jeremiads edition. And we begin with that story from the Wall Street Journal. Risk and Compliance Journal, Richard Vanderpoort reporting that crypto complaints about the SEC's heavy-handed enforcement are not deterring the SEC's enforcement approach, says Securities and Exchange Enforcement Director Gurbir Grewal. He said critics are upset because we're not giving crypto a free pass from the application of well-established regulations and principles. I would say probably the only thing the SEC is short on is they need more enforcement of crypto, particularly considering all of the frauds that have come out recently. Next up from the Washington Post, they have validated something I've been saying for quite some time, and that is that the Russian invasion changed business forever in 5 key areas, and that is one of those areas is in cybersecurity. And elevated cyber threats are indeed the new normal. And it's an interesting article. The bottom line is the prospects of cyber attacks here at home will not dissipate anytime soon. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has been sounding the alarm since mid-February, and companies need to raise their shields. When you couple this with Lloyd's of London decision to not cover cyber losses if it's from a state actor, companies better get moving and tighten their defenses. Next up from the Wall Street Journal, from the business section this time, Nikola founder Trevor Milton faces securities fraud trial over promises about his electric trucks. Anyone who followed the Nikola saga knows that claims were made, false ads were put out, and lots of information was put out directly by founder Trevor Milton trying to entice people to invest and buy trucks from Nikola, or at least sign up for them. They got some big deals with car companies over their claims, and now the government is going after Mr. Milton in a criminal trial, saying that these claims were fraudulent. So it's going to be interesting to see the prevarication he goes through and dodging, bobbing, and weaving. And our final story is from Reuters that Venezuela, of all places, wants to extradite the former head of PDVSA from Western Europe back to Venezuela to stand trial for bribery and corruption charges while running PDVSA. So when Venezuela starts prosecuting corruption, things have really gone to hell in a handbag. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.